Okay, we live. We're live. Okay. All right, setting things up. Hi, guys. I'm late. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I'm waiting for Riley Steele. She is tardy as well, so I'm gonna see if she pops in. I confirmed with her yesterday at 9, so I'm just hoping that she comes in. I don't know. I was confirmed. She confirmed yesterday, but I don't know. I don't know what happens. She's MIA right now. And I figured since like I was ready to go live anyway, that I might as well just go live and talk to you guys, and we'll wait till she comes. If she comes, I hope she comes. Speaking of coming. Hi guys. Hi everybody. It's good to see everybody here. I don't know if we're seen on Facebook right now or if that's messed up, but either way, that's okay. Facebook is like my least favorite app, so it's all good. Yeah. What's up, guys? It's Tuesday. I had a good weekend. I performed. Muffin, get out of there. She's in my bag. I performed at Tiff's in Morris Plains, and it was in New Jersey. It was really, really fun. Hold on a second. Okay. It was really fun. It was in Morris Plains, New Jersey. I had a couple guys open for me, like No Filter Paul, who's pretty annoying. He was. I don't get me wrong. I like when people are fans. I like when people tell me that they're fans and appreciate. But I don't know. He was like, he's a comedian that was also a fan, and it was like a bit much because he was like, you got to come watch my set. And I was like, I'm just trying to get ready for my own set. I'm just trying to get my own head in the game. So I don't know. I didn't even finish doing my makeup. Like, that's how out of it I am. So maybe I'll be like that new TikTok sensation girl, the one that went, the one who's toothless. Tell me you guys have seen this TikTok. It's like this girl. I talked about it on my spot yesterday. This lady, she's toothless, and you see her, and your first impression is like, oh, of course she's on meth. She lost all of her teeth because of meth. That's what she looks like. And then you look into it a little bit more, and you're like, oh, shit. She had 4 girls. She's pregnant 4 times, and I guess there's something that happens when you are pregnant for some people where I guess like the calcium was like leached out of her teeth or out of her bones. Something crazy happened, and she started losing teeth in between these pregnancies, and ultimately on the last pregnancy, I guess she had to just ditch her teeth, which is horrible. It's a thing that nobody wants to do. Like, teeth are pretty important. I think almost everybody can say they've had a nightmare where it looked like they were losing teeth. So I don't know. I feel like teeth are scary. It's scary to lose them, even in a dream where it's fake. So a little part of me was like, oh, giving her shit. Like, oh my God, the witchcraft on this girl. She went from looking one way with no makeup to now looking a totally different way. I'm gonna bring this up for you guys just so you can see what I'm talking about. TikTok toothless princess, or whatever her name is. I'm sure it'll bring it right up. Here we go. Yikes. Princess Glitterhead on TikTok. The TikTok catfish. Wow. She's gotten a lot of shit. And I was giving her shit too until I realized that she lost her teeth. Like, not because of meth, because of pregnancy. And then I realized, well, I probably shouldn't have been giving her shit if it was meth anyway. Like, that's terrible. Let me pull this up. Okay, this is somebody else. Okay, no, this is... Okay, I'm not finding it. If one of you guys can find it and send it to me, I'll pull it up. But I don't know. I think something in me softened when I realized that she lost her teeth because of calcium problems during pregnancy. But she went from like no makeup to like, you know, she takes you through each step. Like showering, her hair is wet. It looks just like this, actually. It's up in a towel, and then it's like poof. She cleans her skin with this thing. Poof, she moisturizes. Poof, it's like her concealer regime poof, it's like each layer of makeup until finally she puts teeth in, which come out of nowhere. That's the most jarring part. You're like, girl, where'd this girl get her teeth from? That's the biggest element here. Like teeth, to go from no teeth to teeth, I think that's number one. Princess Glitterhead, yes. Thank you, Finite. I just I need to find that video of her. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but if you haven't. Anyway, so I give her credit for going on and creating content, and she's very happy looking. You can see, even though you can't see her teeth in the video, you can tell she's smiling and happy. If you can be happy without teeth, you have done some work on yourself. And this Princess Glitterhead for sure has done that. Oh, Space Monkey thinks she did meth while pregnant. I don't know. The studies are out on that. So, and a lot of guys were like, this is why we can't trust women. This is witchcraft. This is trickery. Anytime you date a woman, you got to make sure your first date is at the dunk tank or at the pool. You got to get that girl wet, not in the sexy way, but dunk her, like submerged, so that you can see what somebody really looks like without all their makeup. And I understand that, but I don't know. I feel like most women are not wearing a ton of makeup like that. I feel like most women are like kind of can't be bothered. Like if I needed to do a 20-minute makeup regime, like I'd be late for more things than I'm already late for. And yeah, I'm pretty much like the half-assing it. Like I've done interviews where I have no makeup on. I think there's one interview that I've done and I have no makeup on. And while I'm doing it, I'm going, ooh, like you feel really exposed. You feel really vulnerable. But if you can do that, I think that's a cool exercise, because then you don't feel like it's. I always like to know that I don't need something. Like that's why I quit Adderall. I was like, I like to know that I don't need something. I'm not dependent on it. Like if all the Adderall were to go away tomorrow, would I still be able to survive? And the answer is yes. And I haven't taken it in years. And I was like, you know what? I should learn how to have study skills. Like I should learn how to focus on my own. I shouldn't need a pill. So I think it's nice to feel that way about makeup too, because it's like, oh, let's say you're out somewhere, you're camping, or it's the freaking end of the world and you can't get bronzer. Are you going to still be okay with how you look? So anyway, I'm waiting for Riley to come on. I really want her to come on. I really wanted to talk to her about some stuff. She is an adult film star. And there was a death recently in the adult film industry, Dakota Skye. She died a couple days ago. She passed away like just a few days ago. Or maybe was it last week? I don't know. But I wanted to talk about it with Riley because I have a feeling that bullying is a huge problem in the adult industry. And you don't even have to be in the adult industry to be bullied. Look at Chrissy Teigen. She's finally getting what she deserves in terms of like a backlash for everything she's tweeted out over the years. And I'm like, people have had different conversations on like, oh, if you're kind of right wing or if you're pro free speech, you should be okay if, you shouldn't want anyone to be canceled. It's like, no, Chrissy Teigen is never going to be fully canceled because she's just so buttressed by Hollywood. She's got so many plan Bs. She's married to friggin' John Legend. Like she's never gonna be like eating out of a can, Yes, that's a Gina Carano action figure behind you. Thank you very much for asking. This I bought as soon as she was canceled. I overspent on it, but I think it's really cute. And I was told not to take it out of the package because it loses value. And I thought this could be much bigger. It's really like for size. Here's my hand. So it's hand sized. It's very cute. Anyway, I bought that. I think I'm getting into like the phase of my life where I'm really into like old stuff, like nostalgia, memorabilia and such. Anyway, so I'm going to bring up this article. If Riley comes in, great. If she doesn't, I do still really want to talk about this thing that happened. So boom, here we go. This happened. I don't know if you guys have heard of Dakota Skye. I had never heard of her. I know a lot of porn stars. I talked to a lot of porn girls, but I had never heard of her until unfortunately she passed away. This article came out today. The U.S. Sun, tragic battle. Porn star Dakota Skye struggled with fentanyl addiction and went to rehab before her death, family and friends say. Her friend and colleague James Bartholet told The Sun she was really trying to get clean, but she got involved with people that were a bad influence on her. So when I first started looking into this death, I'm like, all right, I've been reading that she struggled with alcoholism. She struggled with drugs. She was in and out of rehab a couple times. Yeah, she went to rehab before her death. Her devastated. I mean, here's my hope for whenever I die that like they don't put up the most unflattering photo of me. Of course, like you don't have control over it, but like I don't know. I think this was from 2017. This photo when she was arrested after allegedly smacking her then boyfriend Robert Anderson in the face after sex. Yeah, I think what happened was he told her to leave after sex and she smacked him in the face, which I think is a little funny. A little funny that she was arrested for that. I don't know. That seems like not a big deal to me. But her real name was Lauren Scott. She was found dead at age 27, way too young, in a trailer in LA last week following an addiction to fentanyl, her aunt said. She was fighting demons. She was trying to get clean and sober. She had been to rehab so many times. He said a lot of girls in the industry are going through a lot of stuff. It's tough. The cause of the death has not been confirmed, but her Aunt Linda, is it aunt or aunt? I'll never know the difference. I'll never know what I should really say. She said her niece was also an alcoholic. So it's like, was it the fentanyl? Was it, did she drink too much? I guess they're going to figure out in time. Died in a trailer. Really sad. Really, really sad. And then I learned that this is the same girl who, you know, it was recently the 1 year episode. It was the 1 year anniversary of George Floyd's death, and I believe this was in LA. She posed by a mural, like with her tits out, like flashing it, you know, whatever. This had to have been May, so this was last month. She took a picture by this George Floyd mural. Let me find it for you guys. I'm gonna say Dakota Skye. I'll say George Floyd mural. Let's see if this comes up, because I don't know, porn stars are they're regular people, you know what I mean? Like she flashed her boobs in front of this mural, like big fucking deal. I'm gonna show this right here. And then so anyway, this happened. She did this last month, and she was bullied incessantly online. People gave her a ton of shit for flashing in front of a George Floyd mural. So here this is. She was trolled for posing topless at George Floyd's mural. Here she is. She flashed it, like big deal. Obviously, like super cute girl. This is horrible. This is such a waste. Isn't it funny though? Like George Floyd was found to have fentanyl in his system when he died. Dakota also struggled with fentanyl. Who knows? Maybe in her way, she was like, oh, you struggle with this drug. I struggle with this drug. I mean, you're topless in front of a mural. It's not the end of the world. It's really sad that she was bullied, and the backlash for this was so severe. I guess people were responding to her post with, this is some disrespectful bullshit, Lauren. WTF does flashing have to do with George Floyd's death? Obviously nothing, but like it's her Instagram. Like let her do what she wants to do. She's not, her comments weren't mean. Her comments were like, just, I don't know, remember him or whatever. She wasn't trying to like, I don't know. It's really sad that she got super bullied for, I mean, this is kind of like, is it thoughtful? At best, this is like silly. And at worst, it's like, okay, maybe it's a little tone deaf to flash the mural. Not worth getting bullied over. So this happened, late last month? This happened late May. And now here she seems to have overdosed, possibly drank herself to death, possibly drugged herself to death a month later. So to me, it looks like there is a direct correlation between her getting bullied and her having too much to drink, having too many drugs. It's real sad. And it seems like it's a big problem in the industry. So there. No, not so there. I had all these questions for Riley Steele because it seemed like she wanted to talk about it, but it's okay. It's okay. I honestly, like, it's Mercury retrograde. And for those of you who say astrology is bullshit, like, go ahead and just look up, you know what I mean? Like, we can all agree that there have been times that, like, you just lose contact with people, communication is weird, you're missing each other, and that's very much what Mercury retrograde is all about. It happens a few times a year. So anyway, she was trolled after taking this like flashing photo in front of the mural. I just don't think, like, I don't know, I feel bad that this happened to her. And this other article that I was reading where her aunt was being interviewed, it just seems really, the whole picture is very sad, because the aunt said that when she was found dead, she had nothing on her. Like, all of her, she usually, I guess, kept photos of her family with her, and she had really not much on her at all. All that was found with her when she died was all her, like, her belongings were in this plastic zip around, like something a comforter would come in, like a comforter bag, which is like real sad. And her aunt would say, like, yeah, she could make thousands of dollars in a week, but she was found with all of her belongings in like a zippered plastic comforter bag, which is really sad. I guess apparently she was not found with, like, she was not, the people that she was with last was not friends or family. So to me, it sounds like, who knows? This could have been a date. This could have been like new friends. Her aunt also said she was a product of a highly dysfunctional family, drugs, alcohol, physical, emotional, verbal, and sexual abuse, and that she was haunted by voices and images. It's just really, it's so sad. Like, you don't want to paint all like adult film stars with a broad brush, but it seems like if you have faced a lot of abuse in your life, it makes sense that you would turn to drugs as a way to escape what you've been through. Here's back to that first article again. This is her friend and colleague saying, I'm so shocked of her death. She needed to get help. I told her to go to the hospital to get clean. She said, I promise. This is like all very sad. So sad we have lost someone so young, so talented. She was a very smart woman. Everyone loved working with her. She was so popular. She had a lot of demons. There was a dark side that not a lot of people got to see. So when people say, like, oh, they're battling a lot of demons, I don't know. Is that like they're struggling with drugs, they're struggling with alcohol, or demons is like they're struggling with like something going on in their soul because they went through so much abuse, possibly as a child? It seems like, you know, she had dreams and aspirations. She fell out of the influence of alcohol and drugs. Lauren was just looking for love, to be loved, and for happiness and recognition. She was larger than life, full of joy and energy. Yeah, very cute dress. And then I'm like, oh, did I miss her at the AVN Awards? Did I see her? But no, I think this photo is from 2015, in and out of rehab. Her aunt Linda was like, this whole article is basically like what her aunt was saying. She was trolled by other porn stars in the weeks before her death after she posted that topless photo at George Floyd's mural. That's bad. Bullying is one thing, but it's like when it's coming in from inside the industry, like, that's bad. I mean, we already had August Ames die in 2017. She committed suicide. I don't know if you guys remember the story, but she refused to work with a man who did gay porn. And she was like, hey, I did some research, and turns out this guy I'm supposed to do a scene with does gay porn. She pulled out of it. She tweeted like, hey, for whoever is replacing me, you should know this. And then she was, in the days and weeks after, like, very much cyberbullied. She was called homophobic. Like, I think people both in and out of the industry went at her pretty hard for that. So it's like, all right, there seems to be a pattern forming here. And this is what I really want to talk to Riley about. From what it seems from the other girls in porn that I've talked to me, it seems like the porn industry is like more on the side of woke than not. So here you have August Ames, who commits suicide. She's called homophobic, right? Just because she doesn't want to work with a guy who has done gay porn, she's called homophobic for not wanting to work with a guy who's done gay, which is not. She even said herself, like, I'm attracted to other women. How could I be homophobic? And now we have Dakota Skye. She was bullied after taking that topless photo in front of George Floyd's mural. They're probably saying, how dare you? Da, 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 da. That's not respectful. That's a woke thing right there. These are both two examples of like the woke folks coming after you. I guess for not being as woke as them or acting as the woke gods would like you to act. So to me, it seems like there's a pattern forming. Like, yes, conservatives will come after porn stars hard in other ways. Of course, they're coming from the religious standpoint. The values are different. But I don't think, can anybody think of any examples where a conservative or a Republican like bullied a porn star so hard to the point where they were, suicidal? I don't know. Super chat from Michael Gavin Ali. Of course, this is about you. It's not about keep up the good work. It's not about love the show. When can I appear on CMP? Michael, the answer is still no. I don't know if you've noticed the caliber of guests that I have. I'm not saying you're not of high caliber. I'm just saying anytime you want to get on a show, whether this is stand-up, whether this is any other show, like look at who else is booked. And if you are similar to those people, then you can maybe make a case. But I'm going to say no, Michael. And I'm not liking that you can constantly pester me for a spot. But thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it very much. I will put it towards my internet fund. That's funny. Hillary ordered her assassination. That's funny. Thank you, Roger, for the super sticker. And thank you for not using your super chat as a way to get on the show. Love you, Michael. You know I love you, but get a clue. Okay. Poor Michael. No, Michael knows I love him. I have him on Wet Spot all the time. I've had him guest host Wet Spot, I think twice. So I've helped Michael Gavin Ali out. I've done his podcast. Heck, go check that out if you will. If you won't, I'll understand. But anyway, yes, my point was, have any conservatives or Republicans bullied an adult film star to the point where they were committing suicide? I don't think so. And isn't the left supposed to be welcoming and inclusive and forgiving and supportive of sex work and sex workers? So why are all these porn stars killing themselves or overdosing because of pressure from inside the industry, that they're not accepting of LGBT enough, if they're not accepting of like interracial enough, like other races? To me, like if you're in porn, if you're in the adult industry, you're even more so accepting of LGBT folks, or even more so. Just about everybody is doing interracial scenes. So it seems insane to me that you would think, I don't know, that these girls are not like accepting enough. It really bothers me because I think they go through a lot. I think it's tough for them. I think it's a hard industry. And I'm not going to toot my own horn, but like I have said it in past episodes. Like, I was a sneeze away from sex work myself. I just could not bring myself to do it because I was like, maybe I was lucky. Like my first time, like the guy that was asking me was just like, looked like one of my dad's friends. And I was like, it was over a Skype. It was like a Skype consultation. And I was like, yeah, I can't go through with this. And then I think I cried in the shower and I was like, I guess I got to temp. I got to go back to temping. I was not cut out for sex work. But I thought that I was, because I was, being sexually generous at that time. What is happening with my hair? All right. The answer is I have no idea. So, here's a White Claw right here. It feels like a Friday, but it's a Tuesday. I hope Michael's not upset. Michael, I would have you on my podcast, but just what are we going to talk about for an hour? And a lot of my shows are interviews. Like, what would I interview you about? I already know all there is to know about you. I don't know. Yes, this is a good point. Wookie Lives Matter. Ever saw what Melania Trump dealt with on Twitter every day? The left would harass her about her modeling career all the time. Yes, a lot of the flack was coming. I think more of the flack comes from the left, or they're just louder. They're just more obnoxious and louder. So, thank you. My hair looks awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what my makeup regime was like. So yeah, tell me, guys, in the chat, had you heard of Dakota Skye? Have you fapped to her? How do you feel? Like, if somebody that you masturbate to or whose work that you watch and then they die, like, do you still, in memoriam, masturbate to their stuff? I guess if you really like them, why not? Back to this article, because I just found it interesting. Yeah, her aunt said that she was been bullied online by other girls in the industry that were trying to bring her down. She did mention trolling. Her best friend said this, or her good friend. In the adult film industry, you receive a lot of praise, but you are also the target for harassment and unnecessary correspondence. Speaking of unnecessary correspondence, now check your DMs. No, because she was a beautiful young woman. There were guys who could not differentiate between reality and fantasy. Of course, I talk to these porn star girls all the time about this. They love their fans, but just like with any public figure, the lines are blurred because, like, just as you guys listen to me, you probably feel like, oh, I've been listening to Chrissie for a year. I feel like I know her, which is awesome. And I want you to feel that way. But I don't know you guys. So if you were to come to and this has happened before, people come to shows, they go, oh, hey, Chrissie, what's up? They feel like they know me, and perhaps they do to a degree, but I don't know them. And I'm always friendly to everybody. But yeah, of course, I don't want to get killed or, attacked or something. But I understand this whole, like, yeah, your fans or people who watch you get to know you. They feel like they know you, but you don't know them at all. So just kind of like be aware of that. I think it's more so with these porn girls because it's like, yeah, their fans have seen them naked, coming, having sex. It's like very personal. You feel like you know them intimately. I guess you do. And then you go like to like an AVN and you're like, it's just a lot. I feel like it's very overwhelming because like thousands of people have seen you naked. It's a lot. I don't know. I definitely couldn't handle being a porn star. Yes, she got a lot of harassment. She was a beautiful young woman. You couldn't tell the difference between reality and fantasy. Right. Not being able to separate the person from the actress, from the actor, from the person you're seeing in porn. Replies to her topless picture in front of Floyd's mural, posted to the site saying, yikes, not a good look. And here's the photo again. Cute girl, very young, only 27, like very sad. Yeah, maybe she figured, B and George Floyd both like fentanyl. I don't know. Who knows? Like, don't be so hard on everybody. And I wonder if porn is like very competitive. And I wonder if the girls within the industry that were bullying her, maybe they felt like, I don't know, threatened by her. They felt like she was her competition. I don't know. What do you guys feel? Glenn felt like, you watched her vids. She was too little and girly for my taste. Oh, do you like a manlier girl, Glenn? Just joshing you. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I feel bad. This is terrible. But that's what happens when you're in your early 20s. You're still basically kind of an adolescent, And I could see you. I could see that. If you don't have enough strength from how you're brought up from your family or friends or whatever, I could see how bullying would affect you more so than somebody who maybe came from a little bit more of a stable background. All right, here's what she said before. The aunt said she would make thousands in a week. She was found with nothing. She would carry pictures of her family everywhere, and she didn't even have those. All she had was a plastic bag with some clothes. That's so sad. She was, I guess, considered homeless at the time. And all her belongings were in this comforter package. The benefit is being held in LA on Wednesday. I wonder if that's this upcoming Wednesday, aka tomorrow, or if this happened already. I think this is happening tomorrow in LA. There's also a GoFundMe to help establish a foundation in her name. It's raised more than $12,000 already as of this afternoon. Very cute girl. Eye makeup on point. Yeah. The aunt said her real life story and how she came to be in the industry has truly been a tragedy. To me, this sounds like abuse. Also, she died almost exactly 2 years after her mother died. Same thing, addiction and alcoholism. Very sad. Yeah, she had a rough year. 2 of her grandparents had also died of COVID within the last year. She had an estranged husband who loved her dearly. Yikes. So she's been through a lot. Ugh. You know. Do you guys believe in like past lives and like reincarnation? Maybe, you know, her soul, like this was the lesson she had to learn for this life. I don't know. Her aunt said she was the sweetest girl. She lived with me when she was a baby. She loved her. I want to know, does this aunt live in LA? If so, why wasn't she living with the aunt? Or I don't know. I guess she was a grown-ass woman. She's 27. She was scared about her. She was clean for a few weeks. I don't know. That's real sad. Anyway, guys. Okay, it's 7:42. Nothing from Royally Steele. It's okay. I feel like what's it called? When you're stood up? When you're like stood up for a date. I've only been okay. I know that I'm really lucky, but I've only been stood up like once for real. At a date. I'll never forget. I was supposed to meet this was years ago. This was probably like 8 years ago. I was supposed to meet this guy. I forget where. It was like near Union Square. It was near, like, I think this bar is called Thompson's, which was a Red Sox bar. It wasn't there, but it was near there. I was supposed to meet this guy there, and he just like straight up stood me up. So that's kind of how I feel. I feel stood up again. I'll get over it. So I don't know. Yeah. It's like we all love porn. We all love to like we all love a good fap, but I think it's interesting to keep in mind that a lot of these girls are like struggling behind the scenes, and we don't get to see that side. All right, I'm looking at the chat. Love you too, guys. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna finish doing my makeup because I am doing a live stream show with Mr. Dave Landau later tonight. That's gonna be at 9:30. He's another one who I feel like is falling victim to Mercury retrograde. We've had so many like scheduling and rescheduling. It's just the deal, right? He's a busy boy. So that's really fun. Yeah, Dave Landau. Tune in at 9:30. Hopefully he'll be here. And if not, it'll be me again. I guess putting on more makeup. And we'll talk about, if you have any questions for Dave, put them in the chat or like tweet them at me or whatever. Yeah, I want to see how it's going now with like Louder with Crowder, how he's liking Texas, all that good stuff. Oh, super chat from Human Kirk. 5, what is that? Pounds? Euros. Just a bit of cheddar. And thanks for covering a very human story. I don't know why I read that in an accent. Aw, thanks, Human Kirk. Thoughts on A2M? What is A2M? That's funny. Dave owes me $10. Ass to mouth. I mean, I've never done it. It's not something I like watch that I like find sexy. I have, I think, seen the Human Centipede movie, if that counts. Ugh. So yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, it was really, really fun at TIFF's. It was in Morris Plains, New Jersey. A lot of fans came out. I really liked that room. The last time I was there, I performed outside, kind of in like their outdoor deck area. But now it was fantastic. Everybody was inside. Nobody was wearing a mask inside. I was like, wow, it feels like I'm not even on the East Coast. This is so great. And I love Mike, the guy who runs the joint. He's a cool guy. He gave me a free shirt. They had the best salad. They really treat the comics really, really well there. Just like brought me a Cosmo and a fancy salad, and I was set. And I met a couple of like new fans that I had have sort of like corresponded with, like tweeted at back and forth, and then they go, "Hey, I'm so and so, and this is my handle." So it's always fun to like meet people that way. And the guy who does some of my podcast editing, usually everything is not edited. It goes right out raw. But in case, someone drops the N word, then I send it on over to my boy Tony, and he edits it out and sends it back to me. So I gave him and his wife comp tickets. It was really good to see them. They had fun. The food was so good. The drinks were good. Yeah, it was great. And it kind of conflicted with a secret show, the secret shows, guys, and that was in Connecticut. So I'm sorry to have missed that. I know it was really fun. They had like a hot dog eating contest between Stancil and this guy who does professional hot dog eating. And I'm sad to miss that. Ooh, super chat from Zora. What's up, girl? I met Zora at Size Blurs in Tampa. Hey, Chrissy, I think past lives is the sensation of ancestral memory and still valid because of that. Love ya. What a smart super chat. Past lives is the sensation of ancestral memory. Oh, like if you feel like I don't know, you like deja vu almost, like, or you've been there before. Like you can tell, I don't know, I feel like I can tell if somebody's an old soul. Like I met a baby the other day that was an old soul. I just was like, oh, this baby's lived lives. He knows what's up. Everyone has a boy named Tony. Yeah. So, oh my God. Riley, I think maybe Riley had a time zone snafu because she's in LA. But she did say yesterday, see you at 4. All right. It's okay. Everyone's dealing with stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I was talking about dealing with demons. Like I was seeing a therapist for years. I started seeing her right when my mom was diagnosed with brain cancer because I was like, this isn't going to go well. And I saw her for years until I like recently broke up with her because I felt like she had feelings about my politics. Like I really think, I don't know, I was sensing a bit of condescension whenever I would talk about like Trump's not that bad, or I went to this rally or that rally. And I don't know, I just feel like that was starting to put a wedge between us. But the final thing was when she was like, I'm raising my rates. It's going to be $80 an hour for a couple of sessions just so I can meet my minimum or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, even though it was just for a few sessions, I didn't like what she said, which was like, oh, I see this couple who make less than you and they can pay it. And I was like, oh, I didn't like that one bit. So I started to put her on the fade after that. I just like kind of stopped returning texts. I would like less enthusiastically, like I wouldn't really respond with like the times I wanted to see her anymore. And then it's tricky because like for anyone who's been in therapy, like how do you know? There's no like, you don't get a graduation hat, like congratulations, you've reached the end of therapy. Go forth and enjoy. And I think your therapist is never going to tell you, hey, the thing you came in here for, you've worked on it and you're considerably better at it. Like whether it's communication, for me, that's what I was working on, communicating in relationships better, and my mom stuff. Like, has anyone ever had a therapist that's just sent them off into the wilderness to live life? Or are they going to be like, no, we want to keep our job. We want to keep making money off of you. There's always stuff to work on, is what she would tell me. And I'm like, how convenient for you that there's always something to work on. So I don't know. It just felt like a good time to kind of end things with her. And if I find myself really needing to talk to a objective third party, I mean, if I had to, I'd hit her up again, but I might find myself a new therapist in the future if I needed one. Therapy is over when you fire your therapist, Chris. Yeah, I guess I'm there. Because she would have never, I was seeing her, when did I start seeing her? Mom was diagnosed in November of 2015. So I must have started in like 2016. God, I think I was seeing her for like 4 years. That's a lot. That's like a long relationship. I remember too, she was like, I really need new headshots for, not her LinkedIn, but like her therapy profile and also for her dating site, like whatever dating site she was on. I think it was, I don't know if it was JDate or something else, but I remember like, she was like, look, I'll trade you a session if you just take headshots of me, which I did. We went to Central Park. I was like, she brought different outfits and I was like, where this? So I like, I was just with my iPhone in portrait mode, taking photos of her that she ultimately ends up using for all her stuff. So, not that I was close with her, but I don't know. I took headshots for her. I feel like I was better than most. I was like a pretty good whatever, customer, what therapists call their customers. Adam says, sorry, I have more respect for this woman's memory being honored than I ever will for George Floyd. Don't disagree with you. KF says, need to find a new therapist. Yeah, I think I will. I think I need to find somebody who's not going to be like judgmental of my politics. And, oh, you can't. Zora, I can't trust enough for the moment they look at their watch. Yeah, I hate that too. I hate when you like finally, because especially when you're new in therapy, it takes you a while to get going and really open up. And sometimes that's towards the end of your session and you really be in the middle of something or like crying. And then she'll be like, our time's up. And you're like, you just got to finish crying by yourself outside. You're like, I guess I'm going to take this to a Panera and just hash it out with the cash register person. So yeah, no therapist, guys. I'm raw dogging life. But it's okay. I think she helped me a little bit. I think if I tally up how much money I spent on her over the years, I'll get real depressed. Because there was a time, too, where I was seeing her twice a week. They say if you're really going through something, go twice a week. So I would go twice a week for a while. And I think it did help. I think in the beginning, I had a lot of shit to talk about with my mom and dad. Like, I thought I just had daddy issues. Turns out I had mommy and dad issues. And it was good. It was helpful. I did have a lot of breakthroughs. I cried a lot in her office, but I think after 4 years, I'm pretty good. Oh, another super chat. Andy. First time viewer here. And first time viewer, and you see the episode where my guest doesn't show up. First time viewer here. I may suggest you do a stream with Mr. H. You both have great perspectives on these types of issues. Keep up the good work. Who is Mr. H? Who's Mr. H? Mr. Happy. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd love to collab with him. Yeah, everybody keeps saying, like, I need to co-host with Anthony. Even somebody after the show on Saturday was like, are you going to be Anthony's new co-host? Like, I'm totally happy just going in every Monday and, like, shooting the shit with him. I don't think he's looking for a new host. I don't think he wants to, like, feel committed again to somebody before he's about to move. He's about to move to South Carolina. That's like finding a new girlfriend before you move or a new boyfriend before you move. It's just like, why do that? He might find somebody down there, or he's totally fine by himself. He don't need me. So yeah, I need a haircut. Sorry to be a nerd, but what Star Wars figure is behind you? Behold, it's not. Well, yes, it is. It's Cara Dune. Oh God. Yes, this was. I overpaid for it, but it's worth it for Cara Dune. It comes with a little gun and then a small gun. And I have to keep it in the package, which sucks because I wanted to play with it. Yes, boys and girls. All right. We've been doing this for 43 minutes. It's good to talk to you guys. I have a lot of shows coming up. So this Friday, Comedians of the Compound, myself, Anthony Cumia, Aaron Berg, Gino Bisconti, I think Don Jameson, possibly Pat Dixon, will be at Pat Garrett's Amphitheater in Bethel, PA. That's this Friday, June 18th. Would love to see you guys there. I've never been to this venue, so I'm excited to see what it's like. And then I got a bunch more gigs coming up. I'm going to be back on the Jersey Shore July 17th at Uncle Vinny's. It's going to be another Comedians of the Compound show. And then July 20th, Jenks, which is right on the boardwalk. Very cool venue. I have been there before. Also in Point Pleasant and Beach in New Jersey. And then for my New Orleans people, I don't even know if there are fans in New Orleans. I bet there are. I'm going to be there August 13th and 14th. I forget the name of the club. I don't even think the ticket links are up, but they will be up soon. And it's really happening. It's a thing. And then I'll be in Vegas with Comedians of the Compound September 10th and 11th. Oh, compliment from Matthew. Compliment super chat. There's amazing. Keep being awesome. Thank you, Matthew Hammond. This is a combination of a serum that I do when my hair is wet. And then I dry it with a diffuser. And then when it's drying or dry, I spray this like texturizing spray like all up in it. And then doing this helps. Curly is what we do when we don't have the patience to blow dry it straight. This whole thing takes like 15 minutes, which is like not bad. Thank you, Matthew Hammond. Pound the like button. Yeah, smash that like button. I'm losing it. And then I'm going to be back in Dallas, my Texas people. I'm going to be back in Dallas at Hyena's Killer venue in Dallas, Texas, September 17th and 18th. Tickets will be on my website as soon as they are available. I think those Dallas tickets are available right now. Vegas, not yet. New Orleans, not yet, but they will soon. I think you can buy tickets now for Uncle Vinny's at Point Pleasant. Yeah, going to Vegas next week. My sister is turning 40 next Friday, actually, the 25th. I know, I can't believe it. I can't believe my sister's going to be 40. I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen her since, I think, Thanksgiving. No, I haven't seen her since when I went to AVN. So I haven't seen her since January of 2020. So it'd be like a year and a half, which is fucking crazy. I used to stay at her place all the time when she lived back in Rockville Center on Long Island. So, oh yes, when am I going to Zany's? I'm going to work on that. That's in Nashville, right? Yeah. I'm supposed to go there with Mr. Tim Young, but you know, he bailed on the whole tour. If you haven't heard by now, yes, he did bail. He bailed on like a 9-city tour, but that's fine. I did a lot of these dates on my own and had a freaking blast while I was doing it. And a lot of the shows still happen. So there. Okay. Critical thinking says I don't need to waste my money going to a therapist. No one knows you better than yourself. That's true. Yeah. And I'm somebody who can be, or at least in the past, I was pretty heavily influenced. Like I used to need a lot of advice, but if you just sit kind of in stillness, like your gut will tell you what to do. If you go easy on yourself, like you always have the answers inside you, you know, like, yeah, you shouldn't always need a therapist or always need advice. You know, you just need to listen to your heart. All right, guys, this was fun. I enjoyed talking to y'all. What should be my final thought? Yeah, if you're struggling, try to get off drugs. The Anthony Cumia show is kind of weak without Dave, though. I wish they'd kiss and make up. I mean, how are they going to kiss and make up? One lives in Texas, one lives in New York, and Anthony's going to move to South Carolina. But yeah, I get it. They didn't necessarily leave on great terms. It was kind of abrupt, but I totally understand both sides. So anyway, tune back in. I will be back here live with Dave Landau at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, the super chats, the live chat will be here. So if you have questions for Dave Landau, I would love to see them. I will see you guys back soon. All right. Love you all. Thanks for the super chats.